percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
The pass to Collins. Young outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's good, 2 points. Hunter's got his second bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Outside Jackson. 1:22 left in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
No good on that one. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Thon Maker comes in for Morris, and it's Kennard in for Brown. He hits the second from the line.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
Now, here's Hunter. 1:07 left to play here in the first. Here's Herter. Atlanta gets it back. And it's sent back by Drummond.
And the coaching staff loves this effort. They want Drummond to keep swatting shots like this.
Here's Snell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Puts it up from 12, and that one's good. Drummond.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
It's got to be nice to have that combination of height and skill. You know you can get your shot off pretty much against anyone.
Here's Parker. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. 2 points. That one goes.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Collins. Jackson misses.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Ooh, a stellar pump fake from Jackson. Completely fooling the D and getting him to bite on it.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. And here's Young. To the wing on the left. From outside the arc. And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got 8 points.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hawks lead by 12. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance here from the Hawks so far.
what we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Chris, there are guys that talk a lot of trash on the floor. You played against some legendary trash talkers. Who stands out in that area when you think back to when you played?
And I tell you what, the two guys that are on my mind, they definitely could have talked trash with the best of all time, and that's Pat Beverly. We've seen what he does. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. And that guy, Day-Day, yeah, Draymond Green, the one that plays out there in Golden State. Oh, yeah, he has a mouth on him, too. I think you heard him.
And when you played, who was the best trash talker back in your day?
By far, Larry Bird and Gary Payton. Those two guys would talk trash that so much that you would get entertained into their talking and be like, well, what are you going to say next? I'm having a good time out here. It was always in fun, but trust me, they always wanted to stick that dagger into you, too, while they were talking.
You couldn't hide a smile either. They start getting you going. You could not hide a smile.
I couldn't, and that was my thing. I talked trash while I was smiling, so maybe no one else knew what I was saying but you. But those guys, they keep you laughing out there. They talk trash about you, themselves after they missed the shot. They would talk themselves down or talk to a fan that was talking to them. So it was always entertaining. The best trash talkers talk to everyone, not just to their opponent.
On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Maker out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Rose in at the point guard position. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. 6 on the shot clock. A shot by Reddish, no good.
Now look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jabari Parker.
I like when Maker is being assertive on offense, looking for his own shot, attracting the contact. Yeah, and last season, Don Maker had enough as he asked for a trade out of Milwaukee, and his wish was granted as he was sent to the Pistons. He felt his time with the Bucks had run his course.
And he can't get the first one. And for Maker, he asked for a trade to get a better chance at seeing the floor.
Maker is still a bit of a project, and he was trying to find more time on the floor. That just wasn't going to be the case, though, with a team in contention like Milwaukee. So it was a move that suited everyone.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Tony Snell. Damian Jones is checked in for Atlanta. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Great showing for him last season. 1st in rebounding, 8th in steals, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. Young with the steal. Rose with the block. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. So it's Detroit now, after the miss from Trae Young. Galloway taking his time here. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Rebound by Parker. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Atlanta. They've led by as many as 14 points. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Now here's Rose after the miss from Evan Turner. Pass to Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Young, right side. The Hawks again can't hit.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
And a major strength of this Pistons team in recent years has been their rebounding.
The whole team contributes, but a big part of that is Drummond. I mean, has only been emphasized more since Dwayne Casey has come in. A very tough team to deal with on the glass.
Kept alive.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Parker. Young against Rose. To end the cold streak, it's good. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Passes it to Maker. There's the pass to Drummond. Lets it go with the three. The putback.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Bounce pass Young. Outside turn. He dishes it to Parker. Young outside. For the three. Detroit with the rebound.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding how to send shots.
There's Galloway, defended by Young. Parker against Rose. And Jones sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And Maker sends it back.
Proving he can be an active defender. Great hustle for Maker to stifle the shooter.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option. Well, comparisons to Steph Curry, unfair for Trae Young, and they're quieting. The shooting percentages in year one leave plenty of room for growth.
For the Pistons, Morris is checked in for Maker. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Brown in for Langston Galloway. And then for Atlanta, John Collins, he's checked in for Jones. Hunter comes in for Evan Turner. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Reddish.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Parker passes to Huerter. Young outside. The three. Atlanta now working with a new shot clock. Puts up a three. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Snell, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's Atlanta leading by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, what's your take?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, the reserves came in.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Hawks, Young and Huerter make up the backcourt. Collins at power forward with Len at center. And it's Hunter in at the small forward. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Morris has got his first basket of the night.
Wow. Morris is a physical guy. Solid at staying active on the boards and gobbling up these rebounds.
Young taking his time here. And it's sent back by Morris. Here's Snell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the paint. Here's Morris. They get it back. And it's Drummond with the jam.
With unparalleled power and athleticism, Drummond makes dunking look so easy.
Pass to Herter. Here's Len. He's covered by Brown. Young from outside buries it from three-point range. Young's got 8 points. Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. And some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
Here's Snell. Kicks it to Brown. Here's Morris. And there it is for him. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Young, here we go. Lays it up off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 6.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Outside Jackson. From the baseline. And the shot is good.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from there.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Herter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Up top, Morris. The Pistons working the ball around now. Back to Brown. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. They've led by as many as 14 points.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight. He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
You know, Greg, at Oklahoma, the long-range shooting of Trae Young drew eyes, but it seems it's his passing that's his most NBA-ready attribute.
How about Kevin? First player in history to lead D1 college basketball in points and assists. Top 10 in the league in dimes his rookie season. Young man has a chance to be special.
And it's Brown missing. Atlanta leading by 8. Here's Hunter. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. So for the Pistons, Luke Kennard comes in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jackson. Parker's checked in for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Kevin Herter. On the free throw, no good.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
With some arc. And Drummond throws it down.
And just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Young again throws. Young outside. The tray. But they get it back. Collins. That one drops for him. Collins has got his second basket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Rose looking around. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rose has got 6.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Young, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Got to be careful in how you're going to guard Young. He often seeks out contact and really forces the issue.
The Pistons making a change here. Galloway's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Parsons is checked in. Pistons trailed by 9. Rose with the ball. He has 6. Out left to the wing. Here's Galloway. And a miss there on the triple. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hawks lead by 9. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All we got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Kennard is out there with Morris. Then it's Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Parker up top, defended by Drummond. Parker kicks to Reddish. The shot. Rebound by the Pistons.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Galloway. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Collins. Over in the corner, Reddish. Ring shot on the way, and it's in off the backboard.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Galloway finds Drummond. Fires for 3. That one, no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. And Jabari Parker last season, outlasting a full year with the Bulls, traded to the Wizards at the deadline.
Yeah, and another change in scenery for Parker, who just can't find the right fit. I mean, you can see the flashes of talent from him, and hopefully he finds a team that is a good match for him long term.
Jones checked in for Collins. Galloway, the pass to Drummond. Turner again throws. Here's Drummond. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, when Drummond burrows his huge body down low, it's big trouble for the deep. All you can do is foul him.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Andre Drummond, still a very potent scorer inside, Chris, but he's leveled off a bit with his production.
Yeah, Kevin, he'll get you about 15 or 16 a night, but I don't know if he'll ever be a 20-point-per-game type of scorer. He's working on his free throws, so he could get there. A lot of fans were hoping that he'd grow into more of a scorer, but it seems like he's best off as a complementary offensive piece.
And both free throws good for Drummond.
Well, what I like about Drummond is that he stepped up as a leader, which is important at this stage of his career.
Outside Turner. Parker against Drummond. Parker kicks to Parsons. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. On the basket by Jones.
One of the premier small forwards as far as passing the ball is concerned. Parsons, he's a creator.
Galloway, the pass to Canard. Off target from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Turner looking around. Parker outside. Here's Herter. Here's Turner, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Detroit.
Turner doesn't back down. He goes right at the defense, forces the issue, and gets to the line.
And the big contract for Evan Turner entering its final year. Greg making over $18 million. Is he in line for a raise, you think?
Maybe not a raise, but he still remains a useful player. Never the most efficient scorer, but his rebounding and passing are what carry him.
And the first one at the line is good. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from team scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No, and very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to, and if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
Jackson has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Jackson's got it back down to single digits for the Pistons.
And Jackson is unreal in the pick and roll, just taking whatever the defense gives him.
Turner against Jackson. Turner inside, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Throw good, Evan Turner.
Oh, Turner, he's so valuable to this team. He's a guy who can play multiple positions. He can score, rebound, he can pass as well.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. Pistons trailed by 9. Right side Jackson. And that one drops for him. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, and Jackson is very gifted at finishing through aggressive defense, just a master at controlling his body.
Atlanta calls timeout. They lead by 7. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a that was reluctant to get in his way.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the chart. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
We've got 1:28 left here in the fourth quarter. And that one, good. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he seizes it.
Morris. Rebound by the Hawks. Land's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the pass to Herter. Len with it. Outside Collins. Back to Len. And he makes good on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Atlanta.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And guys, what a nice performance it was for Trae Young.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
The kick out to Brown. Morris outside. Drummond trying to get himself free. They get it again. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Now, here is Young. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.